Hi there, this is Nikki Rowland for UK Scrap Addicts, and today I am playing along with the Grab 5 challenge. We have to use 5 different things on our layouts, and it's quite a tricky list. So that's the half-used sticker sheet there that I'm going to use. It's a chipboard sheet. I've also got out some embossing powders. I've pulled out some acetate letter die cuts. I actually don't end up using those in the end. And I'm going to give this layout a go, even though it's completely out of my comfort zone. So I've gone for a patterned background because that was part of the challenge criteria. I gutted the right side of my layout and added some white cardstock over the top, and then realised that I actually stuck it all down, and then I realised that I wanted to do some of the stamping. So it appeared it was coming out from behind the white cardstock, and I'd already stuck the white cardstock down, so I had to take it all off again, then do my stamping, and then put my embossing powder on. So you can see that I made a bit of a mess there. I've also made a total mess of my workspace, but there you go. That's what happens when you do things that are out of your comfort zone. Hey, anyway, so I managed to save it, and I have put that piece of white cardstock back onto the hole in my layout. The reason I always gut the back part of the layout is because for some reason the patterns seem to show through the white cardstock these days. I don't know if it's not as thick or as I don't know, it seems to have changed slightly, and the patterns do tend to shine through. So anyway, I had to keep writing down the challenge criteria because I kept forgetting what it was, and I was trying to make sure that I hadn't forgotten anything. So that was what that little list was. Here I am. I've got my embossing done, my photo roughly in place, and now I'm using my half-used sticker sheet, a chipboard sticker sheet from a Valentine's collection a couple of years ago. I really love it. It's been in my collection for ages and I just never get around to using it, so I thought this would be an ideal opportunity to use it here. So I've started off with my the little balloons top right. My photo. I've now found a title, a large title, because that's another one of the criteria, happy. This is going to be a birthday layout, so happy goes really well, as do the balloons. I know they're EXO rather than actual balloons, but even so, that's fine. And now I'm just trying to find some layers to go behind my photograph. I've pulled out a few random bits from a Maggie Holmes ephemera pack. Some of the pieces in there were really large, and they've been quite challenging to use, so I thought that would be good to use behind my photo, plus a frame. I'm trying to use as much as I can possibly use from the sticker sheet, because even though the challenge was to use a half-used sticker sheet, I don't think the challenge is to use every single item on it, but I would quite like to use as many pieces from that sticker sheet as I can so that I can call it down. So at this point, I'm still trying to arrange all of the large elements onto my layout. They're quite chunky stickers on the half-used sticker sheet because they're chipboard, I've realised at this point that I'm not that happy with the acetate numbers that I pulled out, so I've opted to use some numbers from a older pack of thickers instead, and they go much better. Even though I was dying to use up those acetate numbers to get them used, they just weren't quite right with this layout in the end, so I couldn't quite make them work. Anyway, here I am just finishing off layering up as many extra bits and pieces as I can get in from that sheet. Because they're all chipboard, I'm sticking them all down with glossy accents because many a time chipboard things have fallen off my layouts, and that really drives me mad. Yeah, so just getting all of those stuck in place with glossy accents. So that's quite a number of bits that are chipboard on this layout, so I'm having to really stick everything down. And now I'm just pulled out some smaller embellishments to finish off my layout with. I'm really going with the whole theme of this layout, the using up half-used sticker sheets. I've got so many of them, and those cork stickers are one such set of stickers that I've had in my stash for a long time, so I've added those on. I've got some little wooden hearts that I've just added, plus there is a one of those tassels there that I've again had for so long, just trying to get that used up. So I've used some twine. It's actually waxed thread to wrap around my little tassel there, and I'm going to stick my tassel in place that it doesn't move around too much. That waxed thread gave me some difficulty. It just would not stay in place, but I managed there, got there in the end. I just checked my list there to make sure I'd used everything on the of the challenge requirements, and I'm just trying to add in some last bits. Again, another half-used sticker sheet there, another Valentine's collection that I'm just trying to use up. I decided against that little flag banner. Just adding in a flare badge and some little star sequins to give my layout a little bit of shine and just to add some finishing touches. And I'm just finishing off by adding in a few lines of journaling there with a grey pen. And that's my layout done. So thank you so much for watching and for joining me with this Grab 5 challenge. It was a tricky list, but I did get there in the end. I'm really pleased with my layout. I've also realised that I can't stamp straight, but you know, hey. So again, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.